Hi, welcome to the TNT Show. Today's episode is brought to you by Demolition Games, where we are recording live in Salt Lake City.
Oh, it's funny because I was here one day and they got a phone call about somebody looking for demolition services. Yeah.
I wonder if that happens a lot.
I'm looking to rent a wrecking ball.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Today we're talking about virtual reality. Is it virtual? Is it reality?
Is it Memorex?
So, the question is virtual reality. How do you think it will affect gaming? And entertainment. Do you think it'll catch on? I feel like this is a question we might have been asking 20 years ago.
We were asking it 20 years ago.
And we still don't know the
Watching
answer.
the lawnmower man going, oh man, that's going to change everything.
Go ahead, Matt.
VR, I think, is going to be huge, but it's not going to take over. I think it's going to be kind of like the Nintendo Wii thing, where everybody's going to get into it. Everybody's going to want to try it out. The only problem is they've got that whole price point barrier. The Wii did so well because it was just cheap. I mean, they gave it away for free if you bought a Happy Meal. But the VR is going to cost you a lot. And so everybody's going to want to try it, but I don't know if people are going to really, really get into it.
Right.
And even if they do, it's such an isolated thing. And you can imagine sort of System Link where you're playing VR with all your friends. So you're sitting next to somebody and they're on a VR set and you look over at them and you go, wow, I can see you.
Right.
But that's further down the road for one, but it's also twice as expensive, and I've already established that the price point is a huge hurdle for people. So as a novelty, it'll do very well. It's far more immersive than any other kind of gaming. It's a lot more interesting than 3D, which they've spent so much money on developing the tech for movies and for games, and it never really hit at home because people didn't really care. VR is going to be huge. It's going to really affect the way people see games, the way they feel immersed in the games, but it's going to stop short of being a huge. It's not going to be a killer. It's not going to kill off consoles and PC gaming and such.
Because of how fast I've seen Google Cardboard move, to where I got one for free, and how accessible that is. You put it in on your phone, and all of a sudden you have access to a little bit of stuff.
Don't use it while driving, though.
No, unless you're driving virtually. I think that you're gonna have it move in the mobile sphere fast. Mm-hmm. It's gonna go a little bit faster. All these things are gonna get a little cheaper. I know a lot of people that are excited about the Oculus Rift and those type of things, and they're going to have some really good apps and really good games, but it's still gonna be 10 years before it's enough to even know if it's gonna be sustainable or not. But people are really gonna get it.
Is it going to be a good enough experience to really, you're going to try on cardboard and go, wow, I never experienced anything like that, or is it just going to be, oh yeah, it's right there?
Yeah. It just the thing that I think we've seen, especially like with 3D movies at the beginning, a lot of people were like, yeah, it's just a gimmick. Mm-hmm. And if people really would have kept thinking it was just a gimmick, it wouldn't have caught on. But now every big movie's got a 3D version. I think you'll get not quite there because movies are a little easier because you can make the experience the same for everyone. But you're going to eventually get that built in. It may be 2 consoles down the road, but I think you're going to end up with just like the camera was kind of built in, even though they took it away and they added it on, whatever. I think you're going to get it in, but it's not going to be utilized by everyone. Just like 2D games are still happening, and just like, there's going to be a place for everything, but the technology is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to eventually to where it's going to be hard to not have it be a part of something.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by 3D games right now.
Well, that's true. I just wish that it was like a figure. I could just be like, Monopoly card.
What dimension is the imagination? Because
I just like that 3D, we've come full circle, where it's like 3D was the original, and now it's cutting edge.
Yeah, yeah.
Funny to me. All right.
It's so real you could touch it.
Hey, I assume by the flashing lights I don't see, it's TNT round time.
I see them.
First up, we've got a prize we want to give away.
Yes.
At least one of us
Right?
has no idea what's in
I
this
have
box.
no idea what's under this box.
Let's see what's in the box.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Let's see what it is.
Oh,
Homer Simpson's Little Book of Laziness.
I bet that's hilarious.
Yep.
Few men have the extraordinary ability to get absolutely nothing done like Homer Simpson, the true American Idol.
I'm tired of holding this up, so I'm going to put it back down.
That's very nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Die of Destiny. 18, 19, 20 means you win a prize. If I get a 20, you get an extra prize. So here we go. Oh, sadly, we got an 11, so no winner this time. But maybe next time. Keep watching.
So I'm going to draft for the blue team now. One lucky winner, who is Matthew A. Congratulations on having an excellent name and on being on the winning team.
Let's put all the Matthews on.
On one team. All right, my turn.
I hope it's a Garrett.
For the red team, I have the Comedians Drinking Beer Network. So I got a whole squad for my squad. So welcome to the red team.
So is that the name of a beer?
Love this show.
Yes.
The Comedians Drinking Beer is the name of the
Comedians Drinking Beer Network. That's what it's called.
beer? They have their own network.
My favorite one so far.
Yeah, great. It's great.
Are you guys ready for some TNT round questions?
I am. Let's
Absolutely.
do it.
All right, I've got some virtual reality themed questions.
Okay.
Real virtual reality questions.
Real virtual reality themed questions.
Are we in 3D?
You tell me.
How to make virtual 3D goggles. Step 1. Tell the world that every little thing is going to be okay. Step 2. Put OK on your face. Step 3. Step 4. Profit.
What are you doing?
Question number 1. If you could enter a VR world like Matrix style,
Okay.
what would it be and why? Let's start with G this time.
Okay. For me, I think just a Lego world would be awesome, especially if you could manipulate the Legos too. So if you're a little Lego man, maybe you get a different head and visors and you build the whole universe around you and you can build your house and it's like, I mean, it would kind of be Minecraft too. So it's kind of the same.
You would
but-
look down and see little Lego hands.
Yeah, you just have like and clip it and do stuff. It would be the best. So yeah, Lego World and all the different Lego sets would be awesome.
And maybe you'd meet Lego Batman,
Oh.
who is my favorite Batman.
Relax, everybody. I'm here.
Lego Batman's fantastic.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is. All right,
It's
Matt,
true.
Matt, your turn.
Well, I thought of a lot of things at first. I was like, ooh, the Matrix, but that's kind of been done. Plus, I don't want to be a slave. And then I was like, well, maybe Doom, because Doom was really what got me into the whole first-person sort of more immersive gaming thing. But I was like, that world really kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Candy Kingdom. But
Candy Kingdom.
it's just that there's too much downside to that.
Yeah.
I think the best thing ever would be to be in Star Trek. Because the Star Trek universe, I
Right.
love Star Wars, but people suffer a lot in Star
Right.
Wars. Star Trek, though, you're living in a utopian society. They've got all this amazing tech. You can really have and do anything you want. Plus, you get all these cool moral dilemmas that you have to solve. Also, they have a holodeck, which going to a holodeck in
Right.
VR would be kind of a trip, I think.
Yeah.
VR in VR.
VR.
It's a way to get lost.
Yeah.
It's like Inception,
Yeah.
and the van falls.
Ooh.
I like that there's less suffering in the Star Trek world unless you're a red shirt.
Well, right. Yeah.
They don't suffer for long.
Yeah, that's true. We don't really suffer.
This is the Rev, once again at Demolition Games. Let's find out what our friends have to say about our host's answers.
Holodeck's a pretty awesome draw. Sure, Lego World, you can build anything, but then it's all in blocks.
Star Trek, because I know a bit more about that than Lego World. I'm not quite as up to date on that.
Lego World, so I could build things.
If you go into Lego World, then that means you get to go play in like the Happy Unicorn Land.
That's
And
true,
who
yeah.
doesn't have a desire to like run on a cloud?
The holodeck, because I can play with Legos in the holodeck.
Oh, that's a twofer. That's a good answer, yeah.
That's true. The holodeck
true,
can let you
that's
do
true.
all the rest of the worlds too. That's fair. Okay, blue team.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of Trekkies around today because the blue team takes that point.
There's an unintentionally superior answer because it encompasses
Everything all the
twice.
other answers. Yeah, that's fair.
Like wishing for more wishes.
Exactly, it's cheating.
Exactly
Of course,
what it
that's
is.
what you'd wish for.
An ixnay on the wishing for more wishes.
Question number 2. What would be the best athletic event to view in virtual reality from an athlete's perspective? Matt, you're up first on this one.
It'd have to be snowboarding. I love snow. I love snowboarding.
I thought he'd say skiing.
Oh, skiing callback.
Skiing's pretty cool. When James Bond does it, skiing is super cool. When he snowboards, it just comes off as fake. But snowboarding is my preference over skiing in general. And to be able to VR slope style or half pipe might be kind of disorienting, but if they could do it right, it would be an amazing experience.
I'll be honest, GoPro has this series where they film skiers and stuff, and they had them just put in their GoPro videos,
Right.
and I watched them for hours. They're amazing. Yeah.
I'm going to look those up while I'm on the treadmill or the exercise bike.
There you go. That would be kind of fun. You're like, look at this. Woo!
You're so going to fall off the treadmill. And that'll make another amusing video, so set up a camera.
Set up a camera for you watching that.
See, we're talking about worlds within worlds.
That's right.
So many layers
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
So mine, as good as that one is, there's an Olympic sport, Winter Olympic sport, you might be familiar with, called skeleton, where they go face down on a sled in the bobsled track.
Because the luge is too simple.
Yeah, the luge
for
is
wimps.
sit back. No, the luge you sit back. And, no, I want head first, flying down this whole thing is incredible, and I want somebody to GoPro it because I cannot wait to watch it. To do it VR would be amazing, and I'd have a heart attack and die.
I feel like a Tron thing.
Yeah, yes, it would be Tron-esque. Yeah.
All right, good answers. Let's see what the people said.
Snowboard slope style.
Snowboard slope style is my personal preference. Skeleton sounds pretty cool, though.
Both those are really good answers. Kind of a speed freak, so I guess I'd have to go with skeleton.
The skeleton race.
Honestly, I'd say bobsleds because I still remember the line, your bones don't break in a bobsled, they shatter.
I'm surprised people knew what skeleton was.
Right. Bobsledding, but not for wusses.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Bobsledding, but not
Bobsledding
with
is
a
not nearly
whole
hardcore
system.
enough.
Yeah.
So it looks like G takes this point,
Ooh.
which means the scores are tied.
Ooh, that means
Tiebreaker question.
tiebreaker question.
Don't worry, I've prepared just such a thing.
Oh, good.
I was a little worried.
Yeah. Okay, what is the worst thing that could happen to you while you're wearing VR goggles?
Other than people seeing you wearing VR goggles. Nothing
Right.
simple like walking into a fountain,
Right.
falling off your balcony, because that's too
That's
mundane.
bad.
I would have to say the worst thing, really worst thing would be for the whole world to end. And then you come out of your VR-induced coma or whatever we're going to call it when people start getting overly into VR. You come out of that and find out that the whole world is over, and then you drop your VR goggles and they break.
Yeah.
It'd be the worst thing. Just like the Twilight Zone.
Finally there was time.
Heavy. Heavy, we got dark.
Sorry, I don't mean to bring us down.
Wow. Well, mine's not particularly better, so, but honestly. So for me, it's, you're in a VR world, it's so immersive that you're living it, you're in it. Something turns bad, it turns horrible, and you try to leave it, and you can't. Your body is shut down, or you don't have access to it, and you can't leave. And you know you're in a VR world, and you know things are going bad, and if you could just get out of it, and you can never escape it.
But it's not a happy VR world. It's like
No,
Doom.
it's Doom. It's just, it turns terrible, and you're like, okay, it's time for me to jump out, and you can't. And you struggle, and you can't get out.
All right, those are both pretty bad scenarios.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that question, then.
Let's see what people have to say.
I'd say being aware that you were in VR, but you couldn't get out.
You're stuck in the virtual reality world.
The world ends and then they break.
Not being able to escape a fantasy world when I want to re-enter reality would suck. And also, if I somehow am one of the last people when the world goes to hell, then I get to play in Mad Max. That seems pretty amazing.
That reminds me of the Twilight Zone episode where the guy, basically the world ended, he was the last person alive, and he stumbles across this library, and then he's wearing glasses, and his glasses break, and he can't read anything. So I'd go with that one. That's pretty horrifying.
G takes the point.
Woo!
Which means G is today's
Red team
winner.
wins.
Red team wins.
Hooray.
Congratulations.
Okay.
All right, I've got another question for you.
All right.
though.
All right.
What if you found out that you're already wearing virtual reality goggles and you
Okay.
have been your entire life?
It would depend on what I woke up to. Like, if I woke up to, like, Matrix style, I'm, attached to a bunch of hoses in a bubble, that would probably suck pretty bad, and I'd be pretty pissed off. It'd suck to be a living battery.
Really wonder what kind of weird person would want to set this up. That would be one of those, okay, first question I need answered. Well, second, because first would be, was someone else watching?
The Matrix is real. I wouldn't know what to think. I'd probably just stay in.
Take the blue pill.
Let's see how far the rabbit hole goes. Thanks again to all of our friends at Demolition Games, and until next time, remember, winter is coming. Seriously, it's freezing outside.